Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the Porsche series on Project Cars 2. This is round 3, race 2 here at Silverstone Classic in the Porsche 935, and you can see it is wet as we look through the positions on the grid. So here we go then. On pole position we have Video on pole position, Bidzster alongside on the front row, then it's Brada's third, then Pash in fourth, and then TY fifth, Neil Farmack in sixth, Stevie 7th and Blakeney in 8th position. So let's get ready for the start, guys. Here we go. And lights out, away we go. Oh, brilliant start from Bradders as Video doesn't move hardly, and he gets hit by TY who spins at the start. But Bradders, what a start from Bradders, straight into the first corner in the lead. Bidzster behind him as Bidzster slides his way through the first corner, absolutely sideways. And Pash and Stevie must be thinking, what the hell is this guy on? But Bradders slides off the track and then rejoins where Neil is. He's lost control, he's on the grass, he's got to try and get the car stopped now in towards Beckett's. Neil, Bidzster, Stevie, Pash runs wide. Bidzster and Pash have swapped to the white car, and Stevie and Bradders are in the red car now as we go down the hanger straight. So it's Neil in the lead, and there's Bradders going very wide there. He's on the grass, he's lost control, oh, he's gone across, slams into the side of Blakeney. Absolutely mad crash there, and Bradders has reversed it about 50 mile an hour down the straight, resets and then gets going. But in all that haste, Bidzster's back down to third, Stevie's up to second. So Bidzster must have looked behind and just gone a bit wide or something, but he's into club now and getting used to the car as we go up the hill towards Abbey. Neil Farmack in the lead, Stevie is second behind him. Into the chicane we go, Neil goes wide, down to the Woodcut chicane. So it's Neil in front in the white car, Stevie in the red car in second place. Neil Farmack runs very wide into the catch fencing. Neil Farmack runs wide, there he's rejoining. Bidzster then just slows down because he doesn't know what Neil's going to do. Goes to the inside, all contact as we go through, and then Video thinks about going through the middle but doesn't do it. Down to Copse, absolutely manic first lap. Bidzster on the inside into Copse. Video looks to the inside of Neil Farmack to take advantage, but can't take advantage there. So we'll just get a quick replay of that first lap action. Okay, here's a look at the first lap instance then on board with Blake. You see Bradders on the right hand side, he's off the track, comes back across and rejoins into the braking zone. We see Blakeney runs wide, Pash runs wide, and Neil spin behind it, so looking for Pash there. And Bradders, they see what's ahead. He's on the power, he's losing control on the power, trying to get all that 800 horsepower down onto the grass, and he loses it on the grass and then just comes straight across, can't be helped, and Blakeney hits him. But luckily Blake keeps good car control and gets going as Bradders reverses at about 70 mile an hour down the straight. As we come back from that, Bidzster takes second place from Neil, and into Beckett's the break. Bidzster slides his way in, Neil Farmack goes wide as well, Bidzster goes wide. Video looks like he could take advantage here. Video on the outside gets the traction, Bidzster's struggling for traction on the inside. Side by side through the chapel exit and down the hanger straight. Blakeney behind Neil now towards Stowe at the end of the straight. Video gets there first, then it's Neil Farmack on the inside of Bidzster. Bidzster round the outside, Blakeney behind. Bidzster trying to hold it round the outside but can't do it. It's still side by side with Neil down towards Club. In towards Club, Neil Farmack on the inside, Bidzster again. Oh, Neil goes wide, Bidzster runs into him, and Blakeney goes straight through into third as Pash closes up as well. So Bidzster and Neil coming together there, and Blakeney taking advantage. Bidzster through Abbey with a breakneck speed as Neil runs wide, and Pash almost hits him, and then Neil almost runs into the bridge. Absolutely manic here. As we look at the front, oh, Stevie's off into the wall, he's through the tyre stack, and Pash has spun round as well. It's all happened here. So Stevie's gone off and Bidzster goes through, but Stevie gets on the power, and Pash has spun round at the chicane as well. More action, more replays. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Stevie on the end of lap 2 then. So going into the chicane and just outbrakes himself and hits the wall. As we see Video go through there. Now watch this, what Stevie does. He gets into first gear and then he doesn't go around the tyres, he goes through them almost on purposely, which leaves Bidzster having to recover, and then Pash ends up spinning because of trying to avoid Bidzster under braking. As you come back from that, Stevie into third then, well, back down to third should I say, as he gets third in front of Bidzster. And we've got Neil Farmack behind Bids. as we go down to through Maggots, the left-hander into Beckett's, into the right-hander, finds the braking point that time. Bidzster actually gets the car stopped this time, which is good, and then let's see if he can get the power on and past Blake, but he can't. He's struggling for traction out the corner. Meanwhile, Video's got 2 seconds ahead of the field. Oh, got Pash losing it in the background. Oh, Neil is it? No, it's Neil, sorry. Neil losing it in the background. Absolutely round he goes, and back down to the back end of the field as TY recovers at the back. Bradders goes through, and TY's just coming out of Beckett. Oh, he's just sliding his way through Chapel, absolutely sideways, and spins in front of Neil. So the 2 teammates facing the wrong way on the straight, and then they eventually recover, but they've lost a lot of time there as Stevie is harassing Blake. Oh, Blake's actually through to second here. Blake's through to second. Bidzster's behind him as well. So Blake, Stevie, and Bidzster all together as the marker boards go flying in the background like flying projectiles into the Woodcut chicane. Stevie again misses his braking point and runs wide. Blaney runs wide as well. Bidzster could take advantage of both here. Bidzster looking to get the power on and get out of Woodcut faster, but can't do it. Stevie's recovering, he's recovered in front of Pash. So Pash is in 5th. Oh, Stevie loses it there on the way out, and Pash goes through. So plenty of mistakes being made there as Bidzster and Blakeney harass each other. Blakeney gets the run on the outside and keeps the position. Bidzster hounding him from the back. Down through Maggots into Beckett's. Onto the brakes. Will Bidzster ever go on the inside? No, he's just going to brake early this time, try and get the braking point sussed. Blakeney runs a bit wide. Bidzster tries to get the power on the inside, to try and get the power on in a straight line as Blakeney comes across with a bit of a tail wig there as Bidzster goes through on the inside. He's trying to get the speed down the straight. He's on the outside line, but you think he's got the position. Yes, he has, and Video's up next. Bidzster slowly getting used to these wet conditions, and through Stowe we go. Sideways on the exit, getting the power down, trying to catch Video up. Down to Club. You can see it's more wet in more areas of the track than it is others. So Bidzster is quite wet up this end of the track, and then the other end of the track it's quite dry as Blakeney goes back through as Bidzster runs wide. Bidzster will try and keep the inside if he can, but he can't do it. Blake's going to run a bit wide here. Yes, he does. He runs wide onto the grass, and Bidzster goes straight through as Blakeney keeps his foot in it. Just avoids the bridge as well. Absolutely not committed, not lifting off. Bidzster slides his way into the chicane. Bidzster's done a Stevie. He's gone wide. He hits the catch fencing and rejoins, but he's lost a lot of time there, and Blakeney goes back through into 2nd place. Pash there in 4th. So he's not far behind his teammate here. Stevie in 5th. We've got Bradders 6th. And Neil Farmack in 7th and TY in 8th, so they're further down the field. But the battle for the podium places is still on, and Pash is catching his teammate here. So Pash looking good in these wet conditions now he's got used to the car. His teammate's car a bit more battered ahead as we go through. Video through in the lead, so he's doing well to uphold honour for his team, even though he's the only person in the team this time, because Callum unfortunately couldn't get a connection and couldn't get on, so unfortunate for Callum as Bidzster slides his way out the corner. Massive tank stopper there for Bidzster as he gets the power on, but keeps his foot in it, does not lift, and just absolutely committed as they break into Stowe. Pash brakes a bit later, so looks like Pash has definitely got confidence on the brakes in this wet weather, so looking good here. As we go down to Club. Blake runs a bit wide. Bidzster takes the apex on the inside, gets the power on. Let's see if he can get a run through Abbey. He gets usually quite a good run through Abbey as we go through this next left-hander, which is Abbey. Through we go, but again Blake trumps him that time. Blake gets a good line into the Woodcut chicane. Hard on the brakes. Oh, Pash almost hits his teammate and takes himself off. He braked that hard that he locked the rears up, and he just avoids his teammate, so almost a disaster there for Team Donington. But Stevie goes through there into 4th again, so Pash down to 5th. Bidzster still harassing Blake. Bidzster versus Blake has been the story of this race so far. Out of Cops. See, it's a lot drier on this part of the track, and then the water starts coming up from the car. He's going, Bidzster round the outside of Maggots. Round the outside of Maggots into Beckett's, and brakes into Beckett's and gets he runs wide though. He's running wide, that's what you get for braking on from more speed. As Blake gets twitchy though, Bidzster gets twitchy as well. Bidzster hits the brakes on the way into the corner and slides the car as he has to give way to Blake. But good racing there by these two, giving each other racing room, absolutely on the ragged edge of adhesion. Brilliant stuff as we go into Stowe. Just tapping the white line there for Bidzster. Got to be careful. Blatantly ahead. There he is. And Video, meanwhile, 2 seconds ahead, is running away with this. But he's not running away too much. So Blake and Bidzster still doing well. Blake through the corner. There's Bidzster through the same corner. A bit wider for Bidzster. Oh, very wide for Blatantly on the exit, though. Very wide for Blake on the exit, and that's lost him time. You can see the time going down. Bidzster's visually catching him now. He's lost time. Bidzster gets a good line through Abbey. Will he set him up for the chicane? Oh, Blatantly defends. Haha. Blatantly defends. Says, Bidzster, if you're going past me, you're going the long way, sunshine. Or I'll just outbrake myself and I'll just let you through. So Blake outbrakes himself and ends up letting Bidzster go through. So Blatantly down to 3rd and Stevie behind him. So Stevie's closing up now, and Stevie's teammate Bradders is in 6th. So there's Bradders. We're not seeing him much in this race. Into the chicane we go, nicely through there. 37 last time round, so he's made a bit of a mistake somewhere, so unlucky for him. There's Pash in 5th, trying to catch up to the guys ahead. Stevie and Blake looks like the next battle on track. As we go in. Oh, Bidzster's run wide. Bidzster's outbraked himself at Beckett's. The water level probably getting worse as we get on the power, and Blatantly goes straight through with Bidzster now in 3rd, sliding his way out of Chapel as we go into Stowe at the end. Slide the car in, just watching Bidzster, because then we can see Blake and Stevie in the same shot to keep to the middle car. See there, let's have a look at Blake though through the corner. Here we go, Blake into the corner in the 935 78 to 81, and Bidzster in the 78 catching up to him as Blatantly runs very wide through that corner, but again Bidzster can't capitalise. Blatantly getting the power on well there, but Bidzster gets a good run through Abbey and Blatantly goes wide. Bidzster to the outside then, Bidzster to the outside, Blake to the inside. Bidzster will have the overrun, but he's got to brake into the corner. Blatantly's not giving up on the inside as Bidzster goes round the outside of him and takes the position. Bidzster takes the position around the outside. There's more grip on the outside sometimes as he slides over the line. Bidzster makes a mistake and he's into the wall. So Bidzster gets on the power too early, gets too carried away with himself as Stevie has a look at Blake. Remember, these two aren't teammates even though they're in the same red car. It's about the numbers on the side, and Stevie takes 2nd. He makes Blatantly go out wide, and look, we've got Pash closing up on this group as well. So 4 for 2nd place then as we go down towards through Maggots and breaking into Beckett's. This car's so fast as Bidzster slides up the inside of, I think he had to put the power down there and actually get past Blake because he was losing control of the car. So Pash goes through, but Bidzster then just outbraking himself, so just needs to dial it back a bit. Dial it back a bit. He's sliding his arse off out of that corner, and Bidzster really pushing hard. Must have been the red mist getting to him. So Bidzster pushing for all he's worth, but not really getting anywhere with it. Pash 127 last time round. Very good lap for Pash. Very good lap, and nearly in the 27s as well, but he's just at the wrong end of the grid, unfortunately. Into Club. There's Pash. Into Club. Oh, Blatantly goes wide. Pash's opportunity here. Let's see what he does through Abbey. Can he do the same line as his teammate and get a good run on Blake as he goes to the inside? A little bit, yes. Blatantly runs a bit wide. Blake defends. Pash to the outside. And Blake defends, gets on the brakes. That looks a bit late to me. Just a little bit, but he's okay. Gets the car stopped. Good defensive work by Blake. Can Pash get a good line out of Woodcote? Yes, he can. He can get the power on. He can get alongside. Oh, wheel to wheel. Down towards the first corner into Copse. Side by side on the brakes. And Pash gets the position done. Really good manoeuvre there by Pash as Blake outbrakes himself and sends himself into the catch fencing. But luckily gets going as Bidzster goes through there into 4th. Well, he's alongside him. He's got to get the power down. Yes, he has. He's got through into 4th. So Bidzster can stop the car this time as he brakes. There we are. He brakes a lot earlier than usual and gets the car stopped and actually takes the line he needs to take this time. So good job by Bidzster there. Learning eventually. But Stevie's closing up on Video here. Video's been leading most of the race and Stevie is visually catching him now. 126.7 in the wet for Stevie. Brilliant lap for Stevie here. Through Stowe. And he's catching Video. You can see it there. He's catching him. Bidzster through there ahead of Blake. He's got to try and catch his teammate now. But Stevie's the man to watch here now. He's right behind Video. Closing. The gap's half a second now, and you can see it there. Both in the same shot. More or less. There he is. Now they are. Down under the bridge. Towards the chicane. Onto the brakes, Video. Taking a bit more of a defensive line, unless he prefers that line. Goes out the corner. And Stevie across the line. Here we go. Stevie's gets a good run. He could have a go into Cops here. He's going to have a go into Cops. Video can't defend in time. As Stevie goes to the inside and straight through into the lead of the race. If he can stop the car. Get the car stopped. Lap 10 out of 10. Remember, it wasn't 11 laps for the other race, but because it's wet, we take 1 lap off the distance to try and keep it to the same time. So last lap of the race then, Stevie in the lead. He's finally took the lead off of video. 1:26.000 for Stevie as well. Very rare you see a timing with all the zeros, but Stevie doing it there. And he's trying to pull away from video now. And he is a little bit there as well. So it looks like he's got this in the bag if he can hold on to it. Video will be kicking himself. He's been leading all the race and now he's back down a second. He'll be cursing Stevie. But there's Bidzster in the background in 4th. So not the best race for Bidzster in this one. Neil Farmax into 6th because Bradders has made a few mistakes, I think. 1:42 last time for Bradders. So a mistake for him, and TY's only just coming over the line. So not a good race for TY. So meanwhile back to Stevie at the head of the field. Sliding his way into, well, in and out of club. Just Abbey and the Woodcut chicane to go now. There's Pash in 3rd. Pash in 3rd there, and Bidzster in 4th. Let's have a look at Stevie then as we go up under the bridge. Into Woodcut chicane for the last time. Don't outbreak yourself this time, Stevie. This is important. As we go over the curb and into the chicane and out of it. Stevie takes victory here at Silverstone. Well done to Stevie. Video a well-deserved 2nd. Pash in 3rd. And it's, oh, Bidzster sliding across the line in 4th. Oh, he's lost it on the line. Bidzster's lost it on the chicane. Oh, he's got Blakeney not far behind, but he's reversing across the line. Bidzster reverses across the line. Oh, you couldn't write it if you tried. But Bidzster goes, oh, Blakeney's lost it as well, but he lost it into the chicane. So at least he can go across the line pointing forwards. But Bidzster reverses across the line for 4th. Blakeney in 5th. And then we've got Neil Farmack in 6th place. Bradders in 7th. Well, good 7th place for Bradders there. And TY will round off the 8. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results after that then. So Stevie wins the race from video in 2nd place. Then it is Pash in 3rd. Bidzster, the world's fastest reversing driver, in 4th. Then it's 5th for Blakeney. Neil in 6th. Then 7th for Bradders. And 8th is TY. So, there's your winner, Stevie, in the number 16 red car there. Well done to Stevie, he wins the race. So we'll see you guys next time for race 3, which will be at Road America, and it'll be a lot drier than this. So we'll see you for that one, guys. Take care.